A caltrop is an area denial weapon designed to stop the enemy. The caltrop is a sturdy, simple, yet effective weapon no matter its position. Its purpose was originally designed to stop elephant and donkey attacks. It graduated to stopping tanks. And now, the caltrop is your defense against propaganda, polished lies, and manufactured outrage. It's free from counterfeit credibility and synthetic truth. However, inside the walls of the caltrop, you're going to be forced to think. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Mike Calderese is the caltrop.
Coming down the mountain from the heaven to the hell, the Mike Calderese, the caltrop, he never stops, so ring the bell. He bring the facts, he's been up every morning till we sleep. He get it deep, Mike Calderese, in your head and in your sheets. And we don't mind and we don't care, Mike Calderese is the caltrop. And we don't mind and we don't care, Mike Calderese is the caltrop. And we don't mind and we don't care, Mike Calderese is the caltrop.
Good evening and welcome to the Caltrop. I am Mike Calderese. I am your host. Welcome on this fantastic Wednesday night. And listen, we don't have a lot of fluff. I don't have a lot of bullshit for you. I'm not going through the news. I'm not going to beat the same dead horse that you've been listening to over and over and over again. Caltrops protect their mind from bullshit. Caltrops protect their mind, and we're the defense of our own mind from the nonstop attack and fear porn that you guys have been given and you guys have been fed. And you know what? I like porn. I'm going to toss it out there. I got no problem with porn. I'm a married man. Sometimes you need it in your life. But the fear porn has got all of you guys. We're focused on the wrong things. We're focused on threats that don't exist. You see this no matter what the community. We're focused on so much that isn't really relevant to our lives. And if we're not focused on the things that are relevant to our lives, how the hell are we going to come up with solutions to make our lives better? So tonight, we're going to go through what America's real threat is. What the biggest threat is to America. Is it Iran? I want you guys to really sit back and think this episode. I love you. Put it in the chat. Put what you think in the chat. You're always a big part of this show after you finger blast my like button. I'd love it when you do that. But who is our biggest problem? Is it Iran? Is it China? Is it Russia? Or is it something else? Tonight we're going to be discussing it. And we're going to be discussing it with a great guest. This is a guy, listen, man, I started getting flooded with his videos. And it makes a whole hell of a lot of sense. He's fearless. He is one of the guys that's looking to do it for the right reasons. And he was on again. I wanted to get him on by himself because he's a guy that looks for solutions. And one of the things that I like to do as a caltrop and as a defense mechanism to my own mind is not just sit back and bitch. Is not just sit back and list all the problems that we have. Can we figure out real solutions to help real Americans? Isn't that a novel concept, helping out and solving Americans' problems? Before we worry about freeing Iraq or liberating this country or fighting Christians in Nigeria, we have a lot of issues going on here. So without further ado, let's get right to the show. The mic's right. Shut up and listen. All right. Have you guys ever noticed something? We are outraged, and we're trained to be outraged about countries we've never been to, but completely chill about what's happening on our own block. We will foam at the mouth about Iran. They're killing Americans. We'll change our profile pics to cute little black pictures or France or anything else behind your profile. We wave flags. We yell existential threat. Fucking bomb them. They killed Americans. Meanwhile, if you really stop to think, I have to ask, who is a bigger threat to you? Foreign countries or your own government? Who ran up a $38 trillion in debt? Was it Iran? Did Tehran get our credit card and go on a spending spree of internet porn? They love porn too. No, that was us, including the porn. $50 million of condoms. Anyone who remembers that one? I do. Who taxes your paycheck before you even see it? Who created the income tax? Who built the Federal Reserve? Who normalized 29% credit card interest rates while corporations buy up your neighborhood? Spoiler alert, it was not the Ayatollah. It wasn't Iran who made you work, made it impossible for your kids to buy a house. It wasn't Iran who passed the Patriot Act, who gave us FISA courts, and made you take your shoes off at the airport like you were smuggling C4 in your Skechers, while at the same time locking your grandma in her home, bleaching her food before she ate it. Was that Iran, everyone? Or was that Washington, D.C.? Who spied on presidential candidates? Who surveilled senators? Who monitored Americans' digital lives and footprint? It wasn't a foreign army. It was our own intelligence agencies. But yeah, tell me again how the biggest threat to my freedom is 6,000 miles away. Who locked us in our houses for 14 days, which turned into months, which turned into arrows on the floor of your restaurants, which turned into this aisle only goes north to the bathroom and south to back to return to your seat, which turned into you can protest, but you can't go to church. Did Iran close your kid's school? Did Iran put masks on your second grader or let grandpa die alone in a nursing home? Did Iran decide Walmart was essential, but your family business wasn't? No, that was us. We kept alcohol and fast food open while closing everything else. Who spent trillions during COVID and then act shocked like inflation exploded? Wow, how did milk become $7? Maybe because we printed monopoly money like we were trying to unlock a cheat code. Who used gain-of-function research, then lied about it to Congress? Who got Americans killed in Benghazi? Oh, that's right. What difference does that make? But sure, let's blame a country we can't find on a map. Who hid the Epstein's list? Everyone's screaming about. Who killed Lincoln, JFK, MLK, or even Charlie Kirk? Hell, who killed more Americans, period, than other Americans? Who created so many vaccines for kids while our kids grow more sick and pharmaceutically addicted? Then who gave pharmaceutical companies immunity? Did Iran do that? Or did our own system decide transparency was optional? Don't worry, it's all totally safe and effective. Right. Who let chemicals, dyes, and pesticides in our food? Who cloud seeded with metals right before floods, destroying entire towns? That's your government. And everyone wants to talk about this war being necessary for safety? Let's talk safety. A 14-year-old young Hispanic kid was just killed in Lakewood. Iran didn't do that. America did. Or the illegal that Americans let in. If we went as hard against Americans killing Americans as we do foreign adversaries killing Americans, maybe murder, drugs, and poor health wouldn't be crushing us. But that's boring, right? War is exciting. War has graphics. War has music. War has breaking news. Hell, even COVID had its own death ticker. But don't be scared, but be scared. They are chanting. We need to liberate Iranian people while the First and Second Amendment is under attack. Americans are being canceled for speech, losing income, and thus scared to speak out. They are being silenced, castrated, and then being taxed for that castration. We're so worried about fixing everyone else through war, though. But we don't sit there and fix our own country. You know, that's a lot of work. That's paperwork. That's accountability. That may be uncomfortable. But here's the question. If our government can tax us endlessly, spy on us, shut us down, print trillions, regulate every breath, expand surveillance, poison our food, and vaccine us into being sick. And they all call that for your safety. Why are we not more emotionally invested in fighting, or why are we more emotionally invested in fighting Iran than reforming our own institutions that they could do all that? Why do many of you care more about liberating Iran than our own oppressed people? Everyone, let's think. Where does Iran really rank on the list of danger to you? Are they even on it in real life? On my own personal danger list, they ain't even in the top 50. You know what is? Crime, debt, inflation, corruption, your gas prices, your electric bill, government overreach, broken health, broken systems, Americans killing Americans, fentanyl. I'm way more likely to be killed by a Lakewood, New Jersey maniac than an Iranian or a radical Muslim. Americans' problems affect me daily, not Tehran. And here's the punchline. If we treat our own citizens like this, why are we shocked when other countries don't treat us well? We scream about foreign oppression while ignoring domestic dysfunction. Our problems, everyone, they lie at home. Our dangers happen in our own neighborhoods, in our own cities. And our problems come from our own politicians, not chanting politicians from overseas. The call, everybody, is coming from inside your house. But please, let's keep beating the war drums and falling for misdirection, because nothing fixes a struggling empire like another overseas conflict. What can possibly go wrong? Maybe it's time for more outrage, or maybe it's time to be more outrage at the atrocities happening to Americans from Americans. How about we fight as hard for that as we have for the Middle East? And maybe if we did that, we wouldn't have Americans coming home destroyed by war. We'd have Americans ending up in a better place actually living here. Why the fuck would any country want to destroy us? We are doing plenty of that on our own. Best of Mike's right. Hope you listened. Holy Christ, did I struggle reading that? Man, Lord. Proofread, man. Proofread. I read that like 3 times, and somehow I didn't read it very well. Thought it was going to roll off the tongue. Sometimes I don't roll off the tongue, but you let me know. How much did I butcher up that monologue? Let's get right to our guest, MrFitNik Nik Salanitro. You have seen him on all your videos. How you doing there, buddy?
What's going on? You hear me right?
Oh, I got you perfectly. Definitely. I think we tested it and it was working before, but you never know. You had to get out and get back in. You did the tech support doesn't work all the time, right? So what do you think, bro? What do you think about my monologue overall? Do you think do you really think, like, let me ask you this. If I'm going to ask you a real question, where on the list of Iran is a problem in our lives, where is it to you? Where are you on the top 50? Where are they in your mind?
I didn't even know they were who. I see
Iran.
these videos. Oh, Iran. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. I can't even believe this is going on. I really can't, with the way things are going on in this country, and we're at war now. And spend more money, because who's cleaning up this mess? Who's paying to rebuild?
Well, did you see this? We just asked Congress just asked, I guess, Congress for another $50 billion to replace the munitions we've already sent. I mean, dude, you want to drop $50 billion in munitions fast? Just ask America. We could do it. We could do it really fast. But we have $50 billion right now. $50 billion that could go to this Iranian war. When we don't have $50 billion to help out Americans at home. I just listed all these problems, Nick. I just listed all these problems with Americans killing each other. Why aren't we spending $50 billion solving some of the crisis that we have at home? Why isn't that taking place?
Because we failed as a nation to patrol our government, and we've let another nation into our government, and we are now the piggy bank the Middle East. And if you guys aren't waking up and looking around, if you're over 40 years old, you remember going to the gas station, and that's where you would see an Indian guy, and the entire Northeast is filled. And we all fell asleep. We all were going on about our lives, and we need to get back into politics and community politics from the ground up, because from the top down does not work.
No, and we definitely have to get rid of our sides, man. You know what? Because you see these people get so dug into their sides, and I don't understand how just voting, just like I love Trump. I mean, I could say that. I think he's the greatest president of our lifetimes. I truly do. But that doesn't mean that I have to accept everything the guy does as gospel, and that I have to defend everything he does. You know, one of the problems that I think everybody has is, for whatever reason, we feel like we have to defend our teammates no matter what they're doing. We're seeing that in Lakewood, New Jersey. We're seeing it all over the place. Nobody could tell me what I actually said that was wrong in that video with Tyler, right? But people are just dug into their team, and they're throwing bombs at me just because I made their teammates look bad. And there's so many of us that just can't come to grips with, you know, there's things that I think that we all have to realize that are wrong in our society. We have to get over the left-right dichotomy. We have to get over the playing in the toxic tribalistic mentality that we have. And I use that word a lot, but it's true, because we are so toxic in our tribal mentality that it doesn't let us see the truth from what's going on in front of our face. You know where I'm going?
Right. I do. And, we don't vote as communities. And I think that's part of the problem. We don't do midterms, and they keep the midterms quiet because they don't want us voting in the midterms. They don't want me saying, hey, Mike, why don't you run for mayor of Brick, New Jersey? I'm going to endorse you. I'm going to spread you online, because you don't need no money anymore to run for office. You just got to have the following of your neighborhood, right? The football coaches, the people that are part of the community. Those are the guys that we need to put, and women that we need to put in office, that people that we know that are part of our community. Because everywhere you live, the red versus blue, you might have people talk, but that Republican versus Democrat is national. That's not local. And they do divide us locally too. You need to find people that have things in common, that want to benefit the community, and boost those guys up onto pedestals and get them in office. And the more we do that, the more we can take back our government, because unless you guys are all willing to fight, this is the only way to do it.
No, you're right. I was trying to get the charger for my
You're
phone so I
good.
could have a little charge on this, and it got stuck underneath. It got stuck underneath my wheel. But no, so
Wasn't
that, I mean, to me,
distracting
that's
at all.
no, it wasn't distracting. Oh, I apologize, bro. I didn't think it was going to be that difficult
Right.
to do it, and then I realized I was definitely getting distracted. But listen, I mean, I think you're on. I think we beat that same drum. That's why I like you, Nick, because you're right. But let me ask you this, dude, because I always say that we need to get people like myself into office, but I don't want to run for this shit, because you know what's going to happen. They're gonna come after my family. They're gonna come after my entire life, no matter what I did throughout all of my life, whether it's a DUI or something. They're gonna blow it all up on the thing. And you know, it's not that I don't give a shit, because I get out ahead of it. I would tell, like I already did. I tell the entire audience exactly who I am. I'm not afraid of who I am. I'm not trying to hide it. But you're going to have a lot of people that are going to say, oh, man, he smokes weed. And it's an automatic no vote. You feel where I'm going? It's like, why do the regular people, knowing the game and know how disgusting it is, good people don't want to get into disgusting situations? That's a disgusting situation, politics. Why would good people ever want to do that?
They don't. And that's the problem. That's why the good people are married, going to work, struggling to pay their bills, having one or two kids, doing the right thing, taking their kids to sports, living the life that we were brought up and taught to do. And they've stolen it from us. And they've stolen it right from out from underneath us, because everybody that we put into office thinking, hey, they're on our sides, they all take one person's money on both sides. There is no sides. Let's be realistic.
There's
You
none.
could say I'm Republican, you could say I'm Democrat, but realistically, you're either conservative, or you have a liberal. You're liberal, or you're in the middle. What they've done is they've created such an argument between all of us that we just fight amongst ourselves, and They vote on how they want because they control both sides. And the only way to get this fixed is to vote people in that from the communities into these higher places like Fishback. You know,
I think
Fishback's
people
growing.
Fishback is growing, right? But I think people have to learn that we're our own problems. You know, they want to point their finger at everybody else, but we're our own problem. You're right. People argue, people fight, people do all this. You know what's funny? Let me show you something really quick. I have been. It's funny how, you know, me and you were going through this exact same thing in Lakewood, New Jersey, and to watch it there. These are two American groups that are living in the exact same county that are basically at war to the point where, like, we have the Middle East over there. Well, we have like the Gaza Strip in the middle of Ocean County, New Jersey, right? And these are two groups that are vehemently going at each other. And I have people that are, I had a guy tell me maybe I should go be a Mason right now in Iran. He goes, good luck with one of the bombs dropping on your head. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, I saw that, and then he took that off after the fact. So he, like, edited his comment. But it's like, these are the comments that are happening to me. Let me show you this. There was actually supposed to be a guy that came on the show tonight, right? He posted this on one of my pages. Listen to this. I can't even say it. Yehuda blah, man. Where are you at? I'll happily debate your ignorant and spiteful position. Of course, you'd rather ambush someone on the street than have an intellectual discussion. So you know what I do, right? I challenge him immediately. Hey, man, let's go 8 p.m. So he goes, no, I can't do it tonight. However, Wednesday night works. I said, all right, I'll touch base Wednesday and see if you're still interested, right? So what I do here, hey, so just checking in tonight. You're going to prove me wrong, correct? We still on? Hello? I'd like to confirm that you will indeed come on to prove me wrong tonight. This is the night you promised to do so. Yo, bud, I'm trying to I mean, this is me. I want to have a conversation, right?
What is he going to debate
with
you? What is he going to debate with you? There's nothing to debate.
This is the point. And they're realizing it really quickly. You could get on and you could call me names from your corner. You could get on and call me names from your side just because you're trying to defend your tribe. When deep down inside, you know what I'm saying is right and you can't fucking defend it.
So like, I'm from Jersey and I talk about the Lakewood stuff, and everybody that's in Ocean County, all the Republicans that are starting to wake up to the fact that they're the piggy bank of Lakewood and all this bullshit. And then I moved down to Florida, and it's a completely different type of politics down here. And, you know, because I'm Republican, right? I'm conservative. I'm part of that Republican group. Man, there's people that just do not like me because I talk about the Jewish people, and they make it known, man. One of the major news outlets down here, he does not like me. And I don't care. These are community. This is my problem with Nick Shirley and Tyler, and they're giving Nick Shirley, you know, all this airtime and this whole government, like, they're leering friggin' tour and doing all this, and then here's Tyler Oliver doing a fantastic documentary, unbelievable, lots and lots of great stuff, and he's getting canceled, and people won't talk about it, and people are scared to talk about it. It's it's Jersey's the Republicans that are in Jersey. It's hard to say like you guys are real Republicans, and seeing what I've seen, you guys have a huge. The Lakewood is just the problem in Jersey because the politicians, Lakewood.
So I want to talk about Nick Shirley with you in a second, but let me toss this out here really fast. You want to see one more funny comment before I move on from that? This is Don Adelman. Ready? And this is one of my, I'm highlighting this guy because I love him, just so everybody understands. These are my favorite people who comment on my page. Funny way of saying your repressed homosexuality is causing you to lash out. Pollock sucks himself with Sneaky and the other idiot. Come on. You are another dirty Guido hopping on the hate train because other dirty wops can't cope with the fact they're nothing, won't ever be a thing, and can only offer echo chambers of hate. Yes! I love you, buddy. I fucking love you. Hey, let me ask you a question, Don. Would you talk to me if I look like this? What do you think? If I was fucking Rabbi Calderese, would you talk to me? You son of a bitch. Yeah, I look good as a Jew. I look pretty good as a Jew, don't I? That's the sexiest Jew that has ever walked the planet right there. I'm just telling you right now.
And it's so hard it's so hard to see from the outside, and that's why I started speaking up about it. And the fact that I found you, and then the whole Tyler Oliver, like Oliver thing, like that, like it couldn't have been better timing for the whole situation and
It
getting
really
this news
couldn't.
out there.
It really couldn't how it came together. Let's talk about that real quick, and I'm going to get to some of the comments in a second. But let's clear up any Nick Shirley bullshit, right? Because you had you took that picture there, and it got around, really fast. And we were actually talking about it that morning, and then all of a sudden, I see 900 posts and your video everywhere. And you didn't say anything about, hey, you guys were coming to Lakewood. You were trying to pitch him, right?
Yeah. So I FOIA'd Lakewood Housing Authority for all the Section 8s in Lakewood, and like
Stay
literally
tuned for that video.
the first like 5, they're $1 million homes collecting Section 8 with 8 bedrooms. It's so off the fucking chain that I had an event down here for Madison Cawthorn. He's running for Congress down in Florida. And I like him, so that should tell you something. So I went to his event. Nick Shirley was there. So went to go Nick, and I handed him the paperwork. I handed him all the stuff, and I explained it to him real quick, and he took it and gave it to one of his guys that are my size or bigger. And that was the end of that. And then the rest of it, I don't know if anybody knows Conservative Ant. We was with him. And I ended up getting a second with Nick again. And I made that video basically just saying, trying to expose corruption in Lakewood. I posted it. It got like 20,000 views and
Quick,
I don't know,
like an hour.
quick, yeah, quick. Yeah. And I was driving home and I was asked to take it down. I'm not going to say who asked me to take it down, but I guess people in that circle do not want to touch this situation because of the people that we're exposing. And I get it. I do get it. This is not something easy to talk about. And I dealt with my own demons talking about it. And because I have family and friends up there, I decided I might as well use my platform to speak about it and get the word out there. And that's what I did. And I get some people that, there's a lot of, listen, people that are going to watch this, you guys are just as guilty, because when I was up there trying to interview people, people are scared to talk about it. So it's not that Nick's scared to talk about it, because obviously not, because he tweeted back Tyler's thing, but you're not going to see him in Jersey for sure.
I would say he's scared to talk about it because he got talking to. When he didn't get any backlash with the Somalians. He got immediate vicious backlash with that one little tweet that he made at Tyler Oliveira, right? So it's like,
so that should tell you something.
That should tell you something. It all tells me something. Every last bit of it tells me something. That the fact that Tyler had to go out there and make his own website and get his own subscription service and have to do, I mean, it just goes to show you that we have to protect ourselves and we can't rely on these big ass companies that are making money off us. But think about how much money he made Patreon, and they just drop him like that. It's very interesting. You wanted to talk about Tyler as well.
I love Tyler. I think he's great what he's doing, and I think the whole supporting him. I think if you guys in Ocean County really want to make a difference, and you guys in Union County and all these areas, is blast the internet of Tyler's video. Blast it, share it, put it in your groups. You have to blast it all over Facebook, all over Instagram, all over TikTok. Share it, upload it. Tyler does not care. Clip it, upload clips, get it out there. That's the only way you're going to be able to do anything about Lakewood, is getting national attention on it, because you see how the curtains came in real quick with all this, to the fact that the guy who's uncovering fraud across our country for the Republicans is scared of one town.
And there you go. And I wanted, it's funny because you have all the local news sources were getting in touch with me. And it's like, why are you saying this is bullshit? I'm like, well, did you call the person who took the video with him? No, because I was on the phone with him this morning. So how about you try to do a little bit of diligence? What do you think of that, though, bro? Why don't you tell everybody that response, right? Because you had multiple news outlets cover that. Now, did any single one of those news outlets contact you at all about that video before they posted what they posted.
Yeah, so I literally put the video up at 9 o'clock. I took it down at 10 o'clock. I live in Florida, but I do handle Jersey because I have family there. My kid, my mom, people,
You grew
friends,
up
you know
there.
what I mean? I grew up in Brick. Like half my following are people that I grew up with and know. So I fucking lost my train of thought. Where were we going with this?
You're asking a pothead where we're going with this. Oh, so where we were going with this was the media. Tell me
yeah.
about,
So
did any of
all
the
right,
did any of the news?
So I uploaded it at 9 o'clock. I must have put it down about 10 o'clock, and then I wake up in the next morning, and I start seeing the video, and I was like, motherfuckers downloaded it, and then somebody uploaded it and said, Nick's in Lakewood, and I was just like, oh my god. And then a couple news networks, I think it was Shore News Network was one of them,
Mm-hmm.
ran this whole story. Not one person of all these networks that decided they were going to run my video on their pages reached out to me. It's not hard to find me. I'm on every goddamn platform with an email that's MrFitNik. You could probably find our phone number in 5 minutes if you wanted to. But they all ran this story, claiming they spoke to people, claiming that they heard rumors, that they saw this, that I said this. And then the description of the video, if you just watch the video, I don't even say what the hell this guy fucking wrote that I said. Like, it's so bizarre. People got to stop running with shit and pay attention and give it that fucking couple hours and see what the hell's going on. Or don't trust these people because these people are only doing it to make money.
Only doing it to make money. Let's get to a couple comments. I'm going to say this right. I was calling it like the Roser Dozer. It is Teresa Roeder. I can't read, just so everybody knows this technology. Amen Disker in YouTube. Really appreciate you guys checking us out on YouTube. She said, hey, so I figured your like button. How did you like it? Did you enjoy it as much as I did, Amen Disker? I hope you did, because man, was that good. Great monologue, Teresa says. Gas just went down for like a day. Yeah, gas is going to shoot right back up. Jerry Cal says politics is a dirty business, but if the moron voters reject the dirty players, it could change. And hey, it says, hey, you look good. Come on, join the community. Hey, Yisero, how you doing there, kid? I hear Purim. Everyone wanted me to get on everybody with Purim. Now, check this out. There's kids stumbling out of houses drunk, and there's these dudes, they drink their faces off and light up fireworks. It's a horrible time. And I'm like, I wanted to dress up and go. You know, hold on a second. You're telling me alcohol, costumes, and it's funny because it looked like they dressed up like me. You know, they had t-shirts and fucking jeans on and shit. I don't know if I've ever seen a Jewish dude in t-shirt and jeans, but it was really funny. I can't get on people for partying, man. Lighting off fireworks and shit. Is that what you're gonna tell me? Sorry, cannot do it, Yisro. Where was the comments? Let's get to a couple more here. I'll read off a couple. Amen Disker says, I just saw that Cars for Kids thing too. Oh, wait. I sent you that Cars for Kids link when APP starts reporting. The tides could be turning to bring attention to this stuff. Yes, with the Asbury Park Press, when they do anything as far as reporting on that type of situation, yeah, man, I've been talking about Cars for Kids for a long time. You know what, dude? On Friday, I'm going to bring out the Cages for Kids. We had my daughter and my neighbor's daughter sing when this is like 5 years ago. 187 cages for kids. It was fucking hysterical. Donate your cage today. That was for the cages that the poor little immigrant kids were staying on the border. Oh man, you gotta love it. Let's see. Mama Dukes, hello everybody. Not much. Rabbi Mike. Yeah, Rabbi Mike. And Facebook. We have, let's see, Scott Sheets. Love the new names in this. Look what happened in 1979, hostage crisis. You're not bullshitting. Christo, Mark Rapolis. Tell me if I say that right. Mark Rapolis. Jersey Watcher, man. You got to check him out on Facebook. He does a great job. He said he shared this live out to many Facebook pressed. He's oppressed and persecuted, and he lives in New Jersey. You're damn right. RJ, I'm not going to say the last name. He said, are we at the cheaper... I told you, are we at that chapter? I told you so. No, we're not at I told you so. You did not tell me so. That's a bunch of bullshit. Jeff, Donnie O hates us. This motherfucker showed up, was stumbling around. Oh, okay, I got you. Mariah, hey, check out Mariah. Everybody, I got to let everybody know this really quick. Mariah was the first person the first person to donate to the Caltrop. If you want to donate to the Caltrop, I have my Zelle here. Go ahead and copy it down. We would love to take donations. We are trying our hardest to be able to do this full time for you guys. Mariah was 100% the first person to donate. And then we had a huge donation. This is from Lynn. $100 becomes a Caltrop superhero. Lynn, I don't want to say your last name. I will if you want me to. Let me know in the chat. Send me a message if you want me to next time. But you became a Caltrop superhero after that last donation, man. Let me tell you something. $100 is going to go a really long way to help out the show. We are trying to build here, guys. I really want to bring more of this content to you. I want to be able to do this a little more full time. My knees. If you're going to donate for my knees because they can't handle masonry much longer. But, dude, $110 show. Do me a favor. If anything you donate today, I'm going to put it up on the show on Friday. We're going to celebrate you. I'm putting together a wall of donations and a wall of sponsors. I really appreciate you guys. And Mariah, you got the ball rolling. She has been a big supporter. I met her at the Manchester Mikvah stuff, and we have been cool ever since. Last couple of comments. Let's see. George Vickery. I'll say it again. If Iran develops a nuclear weapon, they will 100% use it on the United States. That's a fact. Dude, they haven't got it in 40 years, though. You know what I'm saying? But yes, you're right.
But why?
Okay,
why? So like that comment, but why would they use it on America?
That's a good point. Why do you think they would use it on America? Go ahead, elaborate.
So because we interfere there, because Israel has brought us into the Middle East, because of the regime changes. If you guys go back in time, and I'll just give you a simple search, go look at these Middle Eastern countries, just who showed up at the Olympics, what they were wearing, what they look like, what type of people they were. And then we went in there and we stuck our fingers in there. And then we started bombing because we wanted regime change because of this and oil. And now we are the enemy because our greatest ally wants greater Israel, wants the entire Middle East, wants to control it. They wear a patch on their arm of the entire Middle East, and it's got all those countries in it. Netanyahu has been in this country for the last 20 years since 9/11. We all lived it. We all were part of it, saying everything about these countries to get us to go to war with them. Like this stuff is out there. It's doing the research.
It's again, even before the Ayatollah came in, we were screwing with their country by installing the Shah and putting up a coup. It was like 1953. I mean, we go back. Everyone, we have to get at. And my old co-host used to say this, but I do like the word. He just said it way too much. We have to get rid of our myopic way of thinking, where it's like, oh, right now or the last 5 or 10 years is the only thing that matters. People don't like us going back years and years and years and years and years, man. And it's like every time it seems like we try to right a wrong from the past, we wind up creating 10 more wrongs on these people. And then, we leave and it's just more hatred and more hatred and more hatred. But listen, I do get where George thinks, you know what I'm saying? Because the media has made it so like once again, they sell you fear porn. They sell it to you. And how do you
stop watching TV? Stop watching
Yes,
TV.
I was going to say, how do you stop that, bro? What's the solution there? Just watch the Caltrop and you'll be good.
The only thing I watch sometimes are movies. Otherwise, I like, if you're not on X watching what's going on in Israel and you don't understand that your bills are going to go higher because Israel's turning into a dirt mound. And who do you think is going to pay for that? The American people. You think it's bad, the money that we're giving them now? Iran's launching $50,000 drones, and we're sending up $1 million intercept missiles for these drones. And they have thousands of these drones. Where do you think this money is coming from? They either got to print it. It's like, this is going to be a nightmare, which we have never seen in this country, because we've all been here and saw what happened in the last 20 years. And I don't see it getting any better unless we all get involved. And real quick, you guys with the donations, it's the best thing you can do. because we do not get paid to do this. I don't get paid to do these researches, look into places, get planes, rent cars. So if you donate to Mike, his show will be that much better because he can actually spend that money on the show and not worry about paying his bills for better equipment, like that ear mic thing that he's got. I'm sure he wants a
Oh,
nice
I need
speaker.
I need a better listen, there's upgrades that I need for this, right? But the
Right,
bottom
right.
line is that Calderys Masonry, give myself a shameless plug because I'm about to get back to work here with the snow going off the ground. But Calderys Masonry can't fund this anymore, and it's funded it for a really long time. There's got to be a real thing. And the God's honest truth is, I think I could serve people a hell of a lot better than building for them. You know, I want to build a community that is like-minded individuals. I want to build a community that's strong. I want to build a community that watches what these other communities do and uses their tactics for our own benefit. I always say this, there's a lot of things that we can learn from the communities that we are going after. There's a lot of things that they do that we need to incorporate for us. And I'm looking to build that community. And the only way it happens is with a little bit of money. And that's the God's honest truth.
Right. And for example, people, if you have somebody that you like, especially political talk, like Tyler, Mike, me, you like our videos, add us as a friend. That increases, that pushes the algorithm. Share the videos. That increases. If 500 people follow me from a video, but I have 1 million views on that video and 138,000 likes, like if a quarter of that followed me and pushed that video, it would push it national. So
it would push it national.
That's the benefit. That's the benefit of having Tyler on our side, is he has that reach and he's able to push it. But guys like Mike, like, you know, I got 60,000 followers. He's got whatever he's got. Like, you put
7. I'm growing. I'm going to catch you.
Listen,
I don't know, bro. I want to grow together with you.
I don't do this to make money, right?
Yep.
So I do this because it gives me something. It gives me a focus. It gives me a chance to help people.
I want to do it to make money. The God's honest truth is I have to feed my
So
family one way or
as
the
a
other,
friend.
you know? So that's the truth. I've definitely, and yes, dude, the best thing you can do for us is finger our like buttons and share the hell out of our stuff. Sharing, it's the biggest thing. Comment, share. That's why I love these comments. The people that get on there and rip me in the comments, I hope you rip me every day. I hope you comment on everything. Dude, do your best work to rip me to shreds. Just be original. Don't come with some weak shit like, oh, you're a bitch or you're an asshole or come on, man. Try to be original with this stuff. We had A-Man Disker says, we need merch, Mike. I'm about to make it myself. Yeah, let's go. Hey, I'll take any help I could get. If you, I'm telling you this real quick. Once I get to $1,000, when I get to $1,000 in the Center Cut Media bank account that we have, from, you know, some of the things that I'm going to be doing, we are going to have all of those things. I need a little bit of an operating budget. That's the truth. And we have Lynn Cat Lady. Yes, you are superhero status, Lynn. I'm going to put you up again. Anybody that donates $100 to the Couch Drop, next time I see you, I'm giving you a sticker. When you get t-shirts, you're going to get a free t-shirt. That is no bullshit, because you were the first one to give me a big donation like that. But who's going to beat her? Who's got 200 in you? Who's got 300? Dude, listen, let's keep doing it, right, MrFitNik? We gotta have a little bit of fun with this. The way I view it, the God's honest truth is, man, it's like, I think me and you, Tyler, that Tyler video came with an incredible amount of value. Do you understand the value that video brought to the people of Ocean County? Ocean County, there's value for value. And when people have done something like what Tyler did, the difference between Tyler and that Nick Shirley kid, Tyler's videos are incredibly professionally made. Nick Shirley made it off a phone. Tyler's are incredible. So you got to look at it like that. You have value for value, and you know, it's awesome.
He has a
totally
production. He has production people he's got to pay. He's got film guys he's got to pay. He's got fucking hotels. He's got car rentals. He's got plane fare. He's got setting this up. He's studios and rentals and people. It costs
unbelievable.
Money.
It costs a lot, especially with him. Yep.
Job. You guys need to keep sharing his videos anytime it comes across your feed. Anytime,
no matter what it is. It's the God's honest truth, man. The boat says late but made it, foe. He goes, let's fucking go. The boat, man, they're coming on too. They were on last night, 10 p.m. Wolves and Wise Men. Check those guys out. And look, man, I am wearing the Bearded Viking Mead shirt. They used to be a Bearded Viking Mead. They kind of still are. Listen, I love both of them and the mead. The mead was absolutely delicious. Totally random says I had to turn off Fox News since this started. It seems like Tucker and Megyn Kelly are the only ones speaking truth, and they're now independent. And CG83 says Greater Israel. So one more quick. There was a comment about you in this, and let me just read it out. Jim Rogers says Nik Salanitro becoming big time. Nik Salanitro's been big time, man. I love it. And he also, there was another comment on Greater Israel that was in here that I saw. Let me just read this really quick before I forget to get to it. And man, it said basically that you were dead on with Greater Israel when you were touching on it.
For sure. I mean, listen,
yeah.
this is you guys, like, I try, I miss here and there, but everything that I'm talking about and everything that I preach about is 100% factual. I do my research, I cross check, I recheck, and because I don't want to come on here looking stupid, right? I don't want to come out here losing the people that follow me for the last 6 months. So like I try to do the right stuff. So, when I tell you, like, these guys are walking around with patches, they're walking around with patches. When I tell you we're going to pay to rebuild Israel, we're going to pay to rebuild Israel.
Dude, we have Mike Jones. Israel. We have Mike Jones in the chat. Mike Jones, dude, this is a Jewish man that me and him have had very good conversations with. You remember I make the joke where it's like Saturday and Sunday mornings, I get a lot of Jews that Jew-splain to me. I think Jew-splaining is the funniest word I've ever come up with, to be honest. But the conversations, and listen, one of the conversations that everybody has, and maybe you could touch on this, Nick, because I've heard a lot of people think that you're just a rabid anti-Semite and you're a hater and you're an asshole. Maybe you want to, maybe you are, maybe you're not. I don't really give a shit because everyone can be who they are. Because, like what Matthew Wolfer says, both of these guys have genuine concerns from what I see, Mike, as I do. And I think you have I think you concern for everybody involved, especially the people that aren't represented. But Mike Jones says, I'm Jewish and I like all of our conversations. Nick, on the other hand, is not sure someone we could seem to be doing this out of pure hate. Are you doing this out of pure hate, Nick? Tell everybody.
Am I doing it out of pure hate? No, I don't.
Are you doing this?
Yeah. No. So, I have somebody living with me that's Jewish. For one. Two, my best friend's girlfriend's Jewish. It's not about that. It's not about the American Jews. It's about the Zionism. It's about the wars. It's about the stealing. It's about the usury. It's about turning our daughters into OnlyFans models because there's no jobs, there's no life form, there's no marriage, there's no house for these sons. It's about the NFL pushing all this gambling on our youth. When you start investigating, my name is Nik Salanitro. My screen name is MrFitNik. I started as a fitness guy. I started looking into all the poisons and everything that happened to our food system and the sunblock and who did this and who did that. And it all ended up coming back to a certain state. And when I talk about Lakewood, it's not that I hate the Jewish people. I don't like what they're doing with the freebies when people can only have 1 or 2 kids because I'm making $125,000 and I still can't afford a bigger house and I still can't afford more kids, but my taxes are going to pay you to sit home and study. That's not how this country works. And that is, Lakewood, New Jersey is not America.
And you know what else it is? You know what else it is, Nick? And this is what I said, and I think this is what everybody has to get in their heads about Lakewood, New Jersey. There is nothing that is incorrect about that video. Nothing. It is something that people in Ocean County have seen and have lived with and have dealt with for 30 years now. It's something that we have all seen. And this is the problem. This right here is the problem. Check this out. This I seen. Sorry, I'll set this up like this. This was a WhatsApp message from people that are in a group text with a Jewish group of people that I don't know exactly what their aim is. But this just goes to speak to what the overall intention is when you start speaking out and people can't handle what you're saying. Ready? In their chat, it says, this has to be the next page to be down as soon as possible. Tyler, You took down Chris Pollock. Now you're going to try to take me down. And how does it happen? You have you get all the people, all your friends go and report my page. You get a lot of people that say, hey, you have some nasty comments on your page. That means you're anti-Semitic and you're a hater and you're just, bullshit. It's like, wait a second. There's people that hate on me on my own page. So does that mean their comment makes my page a hater of myself? All of this is so stupid. And the only thing that they have, and it's very telling, right? When we went there, all they had to do was be accommodating, and we have no video. But you hide, you don't speak out, you don't want to clarify anything. You like living in the suspicion of everybody else. And I think that goes to part of the problem. And you want to cancel everybody, you want to destroy everybody around you. And it's like when you talk about, and Matthew Rubin's the one that says Nick is 100% on point. Ancient Babylonian Greater Israel map are almost identical. Yeah. And this is the thing that happens. It's like, it's one group that does it. And I'm sorry to say it, like, I do want to differentiate from the regular people versus the big group of people, but the big group of people, you all benefit. You know where I'm going. It's I know I went off a little bit of a tangent right there, but I get set off with this stuff, man. Because like when you're trying to shut everybody up, you shut up Nick, you shut everybody up. You want to take over, you want to silence. Nobody can say anything bad about you. You're an anti-Semite if you did this, but everyone wonders where this hate comes from.
No, I hope I broke it down 2 seconds ago. But who's this? So he says Israel. Yeah, no shit. That
No, it
I
is,
could
man.
talk for hours and hours and hours. Let's talk about health. What do you want to talk about?
So listen, we have 8 minutes left on health.
I can't do it anymore.
You're not even playing around. Let's do this, bro. Because we did kind of get off. It's what happens when you have conversation. It goes wherever the hell it wants to go, right? And I like it because a lot of things need to be worked out. But what do you think the solutions are for Americans? Like, in your opinion, let's take the last 10 minutes of the show and really talk about how can we be better as Americans? What do you think? Like, maybe if I were to give you the 3 key things, and health is obviously one of them because you got yourself an amazing health. How can Americans better themselves? What's your thoughts on that?
Teach your kids how to live, meaning teach them how to make bread, teach them how to fish, teach them how to hunt, teach them the necessities of life, because our school systems are not teaching these kids anything on ways to survive. And our middle class kids are going to get run over comparatively to the people that are learning. Get your act together. Stop drinking alcohol. It does affect you. I don't know one person whose life is better because of alcohol in my 50 years on this planet. Stop eating the food, the goy slop, right? Stop eating the food with the poisons in it. You guys are addicted like drug addicts. And here's the biggest thing. When you lose weight and you stick to meat and you stick to fruit and you stop eating the sugars and the candies and the chemicals, you look at people that eat it and you realize that they're so addicted to it. You look in their carts and their carriages and it's filled with cereal, and these parents are pumping their kids with these poisons and then send them to a school where they're being brainwashed on shit that they'll never use in their lives, because I don't know one fucking person that ever used calculus. So, teach your kids right, get your families in order, get your households in order, get your health in order, because shit's going to hit the fan. And if you have kids, you need to be at your peak for your kids and your families. Because you guys that are over 45 years old, you grew up in this country, especially in Brick, Point Pleasant, Ocean County. You remember what that town was like. Maybe some of you guys went to Woodstock 99 and remember what men with testosterone look like. Because get your testosterone checked too, guys. I believe conspiracy wise that was one of the biggest things, was getting rid of our testosterone in this country. Because when you're fat, lazy, and you don't give a fuck about nothing, you don't care about nothing. And when you're in shape and your testosterone's high and you have a family and a house and land and things like that, you give a fuck. And that's the system. The system is meant to break you down and turn you into zombies and slaves. and the food is poisoning people. It's so bad. It's terrible. I'm not saying you
So,
don't not to drink, but like, listen, ease up on it. If you're drinking every fucking day, like you
oh
have a
no, no, no,
family to
no.
take care of, right?
Yeah,
If
that's
you
insane.
die, who's paying for your kids to eat? Who's paying for where your kids to live because you wanted to drink some alcohol? Like, do the right thing. Get your shit together. You want to have a couple beers on the weekend? That's the right way to do it. Not every goddamn fucking day. And get get in shape. Stop eating the poison because that was one of the biggest things when I got into shape and I stopped eating all these chemicals and these poisons and my mind wasn't cloudy anymore. It's almost like I woke up from years and years of being asleep. It was the craziest experience, and that's why I started the channel to talk to people and try to convince them like you're all asleep or like people NPCs. And I hate the people like I'm awake up. No, dude, you guys are starting to wake up. When you
Starting
start
to.
realizing, yeah, when you're awake, you see so much. You're just like everything's fake. You can't even watch TV anymore. You're just like fuck this shit. Everything's a fucking strategy to fuck with your mind.
Dude, so Amen Disker says, I stopped drinking soda for this reason. I'll have a fountain from time to time, but that is about it. Mike, ask Nick my question above. Yes, sir, roll. Let's say, Nick, what should happen with the Orthodox Jews? Is there any reality where you'd be okay with them existing and thriving? Yeah.
But why wouldn't I?
Why wouldn't I want people to thrive?
Yeah,
Would you
I don't
not
know.
want anybody to thrive, Nick?
No, I think a lot has to do with people mistake that we're going after. Listen, man, if they were Orthodox, they're Orthodox. If they were black, they're black. If they were Mexican, they're Mexican. If there was a bunch of people from Poland doing the same shit, I'd be in here talking about the fucking Polish people in Lakewood stealing all our fucking money. That's the rap. That's the gist of it. It doesn't matter who's doing it. They're doing it. The only
And here's
difference is Lakewood and Samaya is getting different attention because both are being nationally shown. And you guys need to understand that. Why isn't one being shown?
why is one allowed and why is the other one not? Now, yes, sir. I think the thing that everyone has to understand is this. And what you heard about Nick, and what you heard him just say, this is the way I took this. You want everyone to better themselves, right? Eating healthy, living a good life, living the way you're going to be longevity for your kids, and being a better American, being better for everybody. You should be bettering yourself. The difference is there's groups of people that better themselves at others' expenses. And that's the problem that we have to get away from. Everybody needs to better themselves on their own merit for their own cause. They shouldn't be bettering themselves off of how much I work and how much I provide to our system or how much other people provide to the system. Everybody should be thriving. I want every group to thrive. I think Nick wants every group to be healthy and to thrive. This is where the common misconception is. The problem is when people thrive off of the backs of others, and those others can't even speak out to say what's going on without being labeled something, without being called a name, or without being attacked. I think these are the issues that everyone has to, we all have to figure out, right? Because listen, there is a lot of blame to go around. There's a lot of blame. We point our fingers at a lot of people for blame, but we really do have to blame ourselves. Listen, Jews as a group, you guys have to blame yourselves for the situation you caused in Ocean County. Ocean County residents, you have to blame yourselves for the situation you caused by leaving your home for an extra 30 grand out of fear that you weren't going to be able to sell it later, so you had to get out immediately because the takeover was going to happen. You have to blame yourselves that you have never spoken up about it. You have to blame yourselves that you're more worried about your job right now than your job 10 years from now when it's vanished, or your home's gone, or you're forced out of your home. This is everybody else's own fault. We all own this shit. And everybody wants to point the finger. We all want to point blame, but we own it, man. And I love what you said, Nick. We have got to get our own backyards in order. We have to get our own shit in order. If we are all better people, we have a better community. Am I wrong? Sorry, go ahead.
For sure. No, for sure. Start teaching your kids folk stuff, dads. Start taking your kids, teaching them like fuck school. Because Mike just made a point. You're talking, he said 10 years. Within 5 years, if you're not paying attention what's going on with this AI stuff and Claude and this AI making its own businesses and its own employees, and then those employees are going out and doing things and people are making these jobs are done. Parents, you really need to evaluate if it's worth sending your kid to college, because AI is going to take over. And once the robots with the AI take over, like the only people that are going to be doing work are the plumbers, the electricians, the people that crawl in the attics. Like you have to see this. You have to see that unless you're specifically going to be a doctor, your liberal arts degrees are gone. Because why would Kohl's hire fucking 10 old ladies to fold clothes when they can get robots to do it all night and not pay a person to do it?
Yeah.
And that's the reality of this. Like, you guys all got to start coming together and working as a team. Down in Florida, homeschooling is huge. And, it's not because of school system, because I don't want to hear that story about, Jersey school systems are better. They're just better at brainwashing your kids. That's it. Teach your kids real life shit, right? How many of you people went to school and did everything about school, and went to calculus 2? How many of you people are using your calculus 2?
No, it was funny because you threw that calculus in. That was a great drop of the word calculus. I'm going to be honest with you, bro. So let's get to the last couple of comments. Dave Groff says we want equality. I'm gonna read two more of Yisrael's really quick because I don't know how you get this out of this. This is I think sums up a big part of the problem. So based on that logic, sounds like we shouldn't exist. If you take that to the logical conclusion, what else should be done? I don't understand how you even took that out of what me or Nick said. If you can't exist without anybody else's help, then you shouldn't exist. I'm sorry. If you can't
There's
take advantage of
acres.
others, you shouldn't exist.
Hey,
I don't care.
Mike, there's acres and acres and acres and acres of lands in the Pine Barrens. You guys want to go out there, build your whole new, but that's not what they want. They want to take over communities and infrastructure that's already going on, because that infrastructure is paid for, because we paid for it. Our parents paid for it. Our parents' parents paid for it. So when you have to live off other people and then you're pushing them out and living off the outer skirts of everybody, eventually nobody's going to be there to pay the bills. That's what's going to happen. And that's the problem, right? We let the Lakewood thing, and then it's bled into Brick, it bled into Jackson. People went, oh, wait a minute. They woke up and go, oh my God, what's going on here? What's going on here? Why is my neighborhood filled with Hasidic Jews and this and that? And they see it. We see it. You guys got to speak up about it, man.
Got to speak up, man. Listen, we have to. Here's the bottom line, and this is really what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that there are younger, like-minded, religious people of all groups of that everyone is afraid of, that want to be American more than they want to be whatever their tribe is. And I'm hoping that Americans want to be more American than they are currently being right now. The bottom line is America's had a problem because we're our own issue. It's the same thing that I went back to my monologue. We are our own problem. We all have to look in the mirror and we all have to understand that we cause our own issues. We cause all of our own problems. We do more damage to Americans than anybody else does. So when you have someone like MrFitNik saying here, dude, how you were what, 300 pounds or something at one point?
Here, hold on, I'll show you a picture. This was like the day before. Here. That was the day before.
Look at this guy. So you guys, we could get better. We could get better as a community. Jews and non-Jews, you guys could be better at dealing with each other. You could have a relationship, or do you not want to? The way I'm seeing it is one group doesn't want to, and the other group actually does. Right? One group is used to dealing with a diverse group of people. The other people aren't. Go ahead, bro. Last words.
Right. Like I think Tyler made this point in one of his videos about, you decide you want to go live in Lakewood, New Jersey, and go to buy a house there, and you would get stopped at every which way. And we accept in communities, we accept everybody, right? We accept the low income housing. We don't really fight it because we feel like everybody needs a place to live in a community. But that's our community, and that's their community, and their community is living off our community, and it's draining our community, and that needs to stop. And until that stops, our community is only going to get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller.
And listen, I've been through the numbers on this. There's a lot of people that try to obfuscate the numbers. The numbers are incredibly clear. If it's not more than what they put in, it's at minimum one community gets back every last dollar that they put in taxes. And I think I could prove that it is millions and millions and millions of dollars above what is provided. Listen, Nick, man, you're more than welcome to come on any single time. That hour flies by, doesn't it? It's insane how fast this goes by.
When are you going to do that video?
We've been going through it. Me and my team would go through it. We're picking out our favorites, bro, because I can't get all of them. There was you know how many houses there are in Section 8 in Lakewood that have over $1 million net value? It's ridiculous. It's a lot.
Cool.
It was a lot.
I want to know the government official that was like, yeah, okay.
Dude, and that's when I make that, I think I'm going to force it out tomorrow. I'm going to pick my top 5 and I'm going to turn it out. And it's, $1 million houses that are Section 8 in Lakewood. It's absolutely amazing. But you're the one that provided that information for me, dude. I really appreciate that. You are an asset to everybody that watches, man. Anybody that has nasty shit to say, you're going to have to say nasty stuff, and you're going to have to say it to me too, because the bottom line is it's getting old, everybody. It's getting old. People like me and Nick, we don't hate. We hate, we hate. I'll speak for myself. I hate dishonesty. I hate inauthenticity. And I hate being played. And I'm telling you something. He's a straight shooter. I'm a straight shooter. You want to know something about us, you don't have to infer anything. You just ask us, and we'll tell you exactly what's on our mind. Bro, tell everybody where they can find you.
I'm on all platforms, MrFitNik, MrFitNik, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I got more things coming out about the health insurance in New Jersey, and some certain groups that are stealing and or lying in medical fraud. So stay tuned, I guess. And I'll be adding Lakewood stuff eventually.
No, so definitely listen. Everybody follow You're MrFitNik right everywhere, right across all platforms. Besides Facebook, you're Nik Salanitro on Facebook.
It's MrFitNik too, but yes, it's Nik Salanitro.
Yeah, but listen, everybody in there, Yisrael, man, really appreciate you joining tonight. Anytime you want to come on the show, I've invited everyone. I'm looking for someone of your religion to come on and kick it back and forth with me. I really want that to happen, guys. I want to have a conversation, see where we could go. Amen, Disker in the chat. Lynn Cat Lady, again, my absolute superhero is Lynn. She's a Caltrop superhero. She will always be a Caltrop superhero. And listen, you are getting your tax returns back. What better to spend it on? That's what Lynn Cat Lady said. I spent it on the Caltrop because she believes in what we're doing here. Listen, guys, I really appreciate every one of you. Nick appreciates every one of you guys sharing this stuff as well.
I want to address one person in this chat. It says he's talking about the OnlyFans. Why is Rollersburg?
Yisrael, yeah.
Yeah. No, it was about the economy, and that's why a lot of our girls are going to OnlyFans, because they don't have anything to do. And
yeah, that's what.
Two, you brought up the Jewish connection. There is a Jewish connection because he is one of the biggest APAC donors in our country. I'm sure you know what APAC is. So
yeah,
I'm sure that conversation's over.
Yeah, Amen Disker's on top of it. She said, yeah, that's not what he said, bro. He said that women are moving to OnlyFans for work because of the economy. It's, you know what it is? And that's, I think, listen, Yisrael, this is something I think we all need to start doing. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth. We have to start listening to each other to understand what the other person's saying, instead of just to combat whatever the fuck you're saying. And trust me, I get caught up in it. I get caught up in just arguing because I love it. I love to argue. I live to argue. I argue with myself every day. Sometimes I do it in like different voices I'm trying to learn. You know what I'm saying? If I want to do an accent or something, I argue with myself. You have to hear me like wheelbarrowing, doing I don't even want to do this impression right now, but I literally wheelbarrow at work, argue with myself. Whole list of different voices. I can't imagine what some of these neighbors think I'd be, but we have to stop doing that. We have to start listening to what each other are saying and stop inferring, stop assuming, stop hearing one word and losing your mind off of one word or one topic or one thing and take everything for what it means. Well, listen, Nick, man, I really appreciate you guys. Everybody in the chat, one last time, this is my Zelle. It's Johnny69 is laughing in there. He goes, bro, Mike put his Zelle link up. Yeah, damn right I did. I need money, bro. I fucking need some money if you have it. Listen, if you don't have it, this is a tough time for a lot of people. The economy does suck. But I listen, if you can help me out as well, I'd appreciate it. It's Johnny69 says Nick makes great points. You're damn right he does. That's why I'm having him on the show. And I hope he comes up with a hell of a lot more. Matt Wolfer says someone isn't up with the real info, guys. I don't know what is doing with tax assessments. I don't know what that means. Matthew, do me a favor. Send me a text message or a comment in Facebook and let me know what the hell you're talking about. Of course, guys, follow us all on our pages. MrFitNik. I am Center Cut Media on YouTube, Center Cut Media on Rumble, Mike Calderese on Facebook. And obviously, you saw my Zelle. Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate you. Remember, finger that like button, share the hell out of this, and be a caltrop in your own mind. And part of that is doing what MrFitNik said. Get yourself right. Get yourself right physically. Get yourself right mentally. Don't fall for the clickbait. Don't fall for the propaganda. And I'm telling you, you're going to be a caltrop. But this caltrop is going to be here for you, and this caltrop is out. Later.